When God blesses you with financial resources, in every increase and every blessing that God gives you, whether it comes as a salary, whether it comes as profits from a business, whether it comes as a one-off show of favor, in it there is always seed and there is bread. Everybody say seed and say bread. Now watch this. The assignment of bread is to satisfy your current need. The assignment of seed is to make sure you are not hungry tomorrow. I repeat, the assignment of bread is to satisfy your current need. The assignment of seed is to make sure tomorrow there will still be food. If you sow your bread, you wasted it. If you eat your seed, you are going to lose. God is that benevolent that out of every money he sends your way, there is bread for today and there is seed for tomorrow. When they cried, the nation of Israel cried for hunger, God did not send seeds. What did he send? Bread. Because they needed to eat it immediately. Now here is what most people do, and I want to observe this respectfully speaking. Most of our elderly ones, people within the ages of say 80 down to say maybe 70, 60, that generation focused so much on seed and they forgot bread. That means they were so futuristic about securing the destiny of children and children's children that they forgot today. There are many people, it's until they die you see how much they are worth. Now the children discover that this man who died had properties that he bought around, but while he was alive there were times in that house they did not have food to eat. He did not know that out of all the monies that God brings, there is bread and there is seed. He carried both bread and seed and sowed it into the future. And now people were hungry and he himself did not benefit from the blessing of the Lord upon his life. And then you value 1 or 2 plots of land or 1 or 2 hectares of land, and you find out that he left a total of 100 million. And yet that same house, children could not go to good schools. That same house, nobody had the opportunity to advance. That was a mistake. Now our generation of young people, our mistake is that we do not understand seed. What we understand is bread. Are you getting it now? So let tomorrow go places. We eat both bread and seed today, and then you find out someone who is supposed to be blessed today becomes a pauper and a beggar tomorrow overnight, because they were bread conscious and not seed conscious. Are you learning something tonight? That there was a generation that focused on seed and ignored bread. You would find people who never built a house by themselves, yet they had their assets and everything was in millions. Nobody benefited from their money, not the kingdom, not them, not their children, until they died. And then you have people who come to claim the inheritance who have no basis coming to that family, because they were focused on the future. It is only when you are alive that you can get to the future. God is that benevolent to bring bread for today and seed for tomorrow. But when you have a generation that also as a revenge mission, I won't suffer, my father, he has done his own, he has gone, me, I will enjoy my life now. Let me tell you this, remember, this is a deliverance service. Let me tell you this: if you think like that, you will be naked tomorrow. It is painful to taste of the wealth and the prosperity of this kingdom, and then tomorrow you go back and have a worse tomorrow than your yesterday. The path of the just should always be as a shining light. Are we together? So everything God gives you, when God gives you money, for some of you from this month, when you collect salary or when you collect some profit, whatever it is, or just someone just decides to bless you, as you hold that money, I want you to remember the law of increase. Increase is not just something you do through business. It is a law that what you are holding in your hand, there is seed and there is bread. There is a part of it that is for tomorrow, and there is a part of it that is for today. You must be honest enough to be fair on yourself with the bread that is for today, but you must also be disciplined enough to allow the one that should get into tomorrow to get tomorrow. Let me tell you this. If you were to meet your accountant and ask him, please, I need a total of every money that has entered my bank account from when I opened it, you will repent for 1 year for the kind of wastage. You will sit down and say, I can't imagine that 100 million has passed through this account, 1 billion has passed through this account, but no house, no car, no education. Where did it go to? I will tell you, you ate both seed and bread. Is God speaking to us? Don't say, Apostle, all that I earn is just 50,000. What will it do? Every seed is small. There is no seed that is a tree. There is no seed that is as big as my hand. God gave you favor January this year. An uncle just blessed you and gave you 1 million. What did you do? You forgot God, you forgot your future, you forgot everything, and you just said, look, I've suffered. Let me do justice to myself. Now, don't feel bad. I'm not condemning you. Can I tell you this? Please, you must obtain grace from God tonight to be disciplined enough to fight and reject the temptation. Anybody who advises you, whether as friends, an association, oh, it's my birthday, I have to spend it the way. Who said that? Why don't you take the time now and let your seed prepare a befitting birthday for you? Are we together? There are people you see, I don't mean to insult you, but there are people who all they have in their account, home and abroad, is 500,000. Yet you will see them in a hotel where billionaires are. The billionaires have assets that pay for their liabilities, so they can spend 100,000 in a moment. Somebody who owns an airline can be there having a business discussion. They can spend 1 million right there because there are people queuing up to return the money at the airport. They are not stupid people. And then you find someone in their midst who, are we together? God is speaking to us. The house of God is a place of wisdom. Can I tell you this? Listen, please look up. Have the courage to look at friends, look at everybody, to say, look, I like this idea, but I may not have the budget for this for now. I will note it, and when I am ready, they will look at you and, are you saying that NMPC job you are working in, don't fall our hand, don't do this? Can I tell you, summon the courage to let them know you have mental prosperity. Mental prosperity. There are people who would have been house owners in this city if only they knew how to eat bread and sow seeds. Is that true? I don't mean to insult you, and please forgive me if you think I do, but there are people who have spent 10 years, 20 years, 30 years in Abuja here. They don't have one land. As at the time, land was 500,000 in some places, 50,000. They watched it go from 1 million to 5 million to 10 million to 20 million. There are people today, as at the time they got their houses, the surrounding lands were less than maybe 1 million. They watch people come, and today the only thing they have is a little, maybe half plot, and they had the money. How about people who can borrow 10 million or 20 million or 40 million to buy a Jeep and be paying it with salary, and then somebody now comes to hit that Jeep and they tell you the shock absorber alone will buy you keke napep? Are you seeing the mistakes that we're making? Please take seriously what I'm saying. We keep making very wrong decisions because we do not know that for everything God trusts you with, in that 10,000 there is bread and there is seed. If you don't respect the seed in the 10,000, 1 million will never come. Is someone learning? For some of us, by reason of this message, you will go and open an account like I teach the students and refuse to collect the ATM from the bank. Let that be the account where your seed. Apostle, what do I do with it? Just make sure it is there first. Don't worry about what to do with it. Many of us have had the privilege. Do you know there are people in this nation who have had the honor and the privilege of meeting others who said, look, my house is valued at 30 million, but I'm relocating to America. If you have 5 million, take. And they could not take an offer because all the seeds God said keep because of these days of favor, you ignored it.